What's going on, you guys? Mr. Allen here with a little pattern action in this video. We got to fill in the tables, two different tables, I'll tell you why. And we want to write an expression to represent the pattern. So this is like the first figure, the second, and the third. Now, some teachers like to start with 0, 1, 2. Some just go 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to show you guys two different ways. Depending on what your teacher likes to do, I'd pay attention to that one and maybe skip over the other so you don't get confused, all right? So I'm going to start with going with, let's start with 1, 2, 3. So if you start with 0, skip ahead a little bit, okay? So I'm starting with 1, 2, and 3. All right, so I'll use this first T chart right here. How many blocks do I have in the first one? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 right here. In the second one, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. We got 12. All right. And then this one, oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 3. That's 18, 19, 20. Okay, so what's happening here? Well, I'm going up by, let's see here, by 6, so plus 6. And then I go up by plus 8. And if we had another one here, it would have ended up going up by, plus 10 here. I just didn't have quite enough room if we had a fourth one there. So that's not the same every time, is it? No. But this part, plus 2 and plus 2, the second differences are the same, which means this is quadratic. And if your teacher also asks you to fill in the 0 right there, we can do that. We can do that, all right? We can just go, let's see here. This was plus 6, plus 8, plus 10. So it would have been plus 4 right here. So if we go back 4, we're going to get 2 for that particular one right there, okay? And now we know that it's quadratic. We can write our expression. There's a couple ways to do this, but here's how I like to do it, okay? I see this guy as being, it's changing here, but the 2 here are always the same, aren't they? Okay? So I'm thinking that I'm going to have a plus 2 at the very end, which is not changing. It's constant. But this way here and this way here, I got like a rectangle, and then that rectangle is growing and growing. Well, this one here is n, matches my design number, right? The other one here is 4. So what if I did n plus 3 for that? N plus 3, perhaps. Okay. And then I have this guy plus 2. Well, to get the area of my rectangle, I can multiply my 2 dimensions, right? Now, let's see if this holds true. If I plugged in 2 for n, I'd get 2 here. That's good. And what if I plugged in 2 for n plus 3? I'd get, let's see here, I'd get 5. So does that match up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It does. What about the third one? This matches n. And then I'd have 6 going this way, right? Well, 3 plus 3, that's 6. It matches my dimensions. So that works out, and then we'll have the plus 2. So here's how we write it. Ready? For this first one here, I've got f of n equals, we'd have n times n plus 3 plus 2. And that would be my final, in this case, function here, or you could just write that part. That's going to be an expression. I know I said expression in the directions. Cool. All right. So there we go. This is the expression part. If I wanted equation or function, let's say function. That's what I have right there. I like the f of n. Okay, I changed the directions. I'm the teacher. I can do that. All right. Anywho, there we go. So that's that one. All right. Now, if we start with 0, I'm going to do this in pink. Okay. So, hi, if you are a 0 starting person. Okay. So if this is 0 instead, right, I'm going to put this in the bottom here. 0, 0. Sorry, that's 0. 1, and then 2. These don't smudge off very easily. Okay. So for 0, I've got 6 blocks. Then for 1, I've got 2 by 5. That's 10, 11, 12. I got 12 blocks. For 2 here, I've got 3 by 6. That's 18 plus 2. That's 20. All right. So I'm going up by here 6. Then I'm going up by 8. And if that trend were to continue, I'd go up by 10, which would put me at 30 for this one here. Now, those aren't the same thing every time. And a lot of times we'll give you like 4 examples here. By the way, if you're a green crew, 1 crew, you can just stop watching this video now, right? There's nothing else here for you. We're under the pink crew. Okay. But if we look at our second differences, what those are changing by, this is plus 2 here, right? 8 to 10, that's plus 2. Oh my goodness, my second differences are the same. That's indicative of a quadratic. So how are we going to figure this out? Well, if I look back at this initial one here, let me get rid of the green now. Get rid of that guy, and we'll get rid of this guy here. I know, sorry, it's a little smudgy there. All right, well, I'm going to plug in 0 for n. And I want to get a dimension of 1 here and 4 here. Because this 2 here, that's not changing. So we're just going to have a little plus 2 at the end of this thing. All right, so if I got 1 here, how would I get there? Well, I could have n, which is going to be 0, plus 1. Okay, cool. Does that work for this right here? If I plugged in 1 to n plus 1, would I get 2? I would. And if I plugged in 2 to n plus 1, would I get 3 for this one? I would. Let's do the same idea over here for the top. I'm going to have n plus what? I'd get 4 there, right? Would that work here? If I plugged in 1, would I get 5? Yes. If I plugged in 2, would I get 6 going across? Yes. All right, so here's how it works. I'm going to use f of n, I guess, again. All right, but this time in pink for this guy. I'm going to have n plus 1 times n plus 4. And then these 2 here, they don't change, so I can just have plus 2. There's actually a couple ways that you can write these things, but this is one way here. If I start with 0, that's going to be my equation. If I started with 1, if you're still watching, the green one's going to be my equation there. But there we go, guys. All right, 2 different ways. I know it's a little weird because some teachers teach it starting at 1, some at 0. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing doing both at the same time there. But otherwise, man, I hope you guys have a lovely day and good luck on your test if it's coming up. And if not, good luck on the entire unit because you just started. All right, see you later.